And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey to a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. So he went to a far country, and he balled out and blew his inheritance, blew all the money he got from his father. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. So after he blew all his money, a great famine came, and he ended up being messed up. He was on his ass, so to speak. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he set him into his fields to feed swine. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. So it got so bad and he got so hungry that he desired to eat the husk that he fed the swine in order to fill his belly. Verse 17. Now that's when you real messed up. You all the way out the door. Verse 17. And when he came to himself, when he got himself together, he came in his right mind. He said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough to eat, have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger. So when he came in his right mind, he said, shit, man, my father even got servants that have bread enough to spare. Why am I out here starving? Verse 18. I will arise and go to my father and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. And he arose and came to his father, but when he was yet great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. So, man, this guy, he went and blew all the money, more than likely against his father's wishes. And he ended up being in great dire straits. He was messed up. But he was humble enough when he came back into his right mind to know, man, I can just go back to my father humble and just tell him, man, look, Lord, just let me be a servant in your house, because even your servants eat good. I went out here, I thought I knew something, I messed up. Just let me come back in and let me be a servant in your house. Now, he could have kept the big head and starved to death trying to work it out on his own and figure it out, but he had to have a humble spirit to go back. And look what happened. When he was a great way off, his father ran to him and fell on his neck and kissed him. In verse 21, and the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. Bring hither the fatted calf and kill it. Let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. So, man, he got exalted by his father for being humble. You have to be humble and understand, even if you done messed up or if I done did this and that, you got to understand and be humble. It's all about being humble. Because what happened when the son was humble and had enough sense to go back and at least desire to take a spot as a servant, his father exalted him and put a ring on him and put shoes on his feet. He met him far distance off and fell on his neck and kissed him. So for him being humble and desiring to just be a servant, he got exalted. So that's these great scriptures to keep us in perspective and to let us know to stay humble. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.